People of the internet, is I'm Malik Aaron. It is review time, but before we get to a review, I went to Target, which is something some teachers in my school frown upon Target, but honestly, I don't care. If they have good stuff, I'm gonna go. So, I'm not gonna change my mind about that. Anywho, got stuff from Target. Got 4 movies for my collection, and they range from, it's quite a wide range of titles, as you're about to see. Some of them have actually been wanting to get for quite a while. So let's start off easy. Let's start off easy. We got a good anime this time. Horton Hears a Who. Yes, it's not this is actually, in internet land, you can consider this anime because this does have an anime-esque sequence in the movie itself. So it is an anime. I called it. So yeah, this is considered to be the best Dr. Seuss adaptation ever, which really isn't saying a whole lot because not all of them have been very good. I mean, I like The Grinch. I hated Cat in the Hat. I like this. And I like The Lorax in an ironic way. Hopefully the new Grinch is at least decent. I don't think so. But yeah, this is good anime. Next up is another movie I really wanted to get because I kind of forgot about it. It's from M. Night Shyamalan, The Visit. The first good movie he made in like a decade. This one's actually a good movie. And not just because it's better than all the other movies he's made since, like After Earth, Last Airbender, Happening, Lady in Water, Village. It's actually a good, solid flick. So yeah. Next up is something very, very, very controversial that came out last year around the same time too. Oh, this is going to be a fun one to talk about. Ghost in the Shell, based off the famous anime. Oh, this movie was so controversial because not only do you have mainly because you have a white lead in a role that's clearly supposed to be Asian, but not only that, but in the movie, this is a spoiler for the movie, but it's something I can't ignore. Actually, I'll save it for the review because it is one of the most baffling things I've ever seen in a movie. Last, certainly not least, this movie's title will probably get this video flagged instantly. When I review it, the video will probably get flagged anyway. But, who cares about that? We have from Quentin Tarantino, Inglourious Basterds. That's how I'm gonna say it. Not sound quite as bad. And listen, I'm 18. Most of you watch this video are 18, or at least over 18. So this isn't much of a problem, really. I'm about to get out of school, so this is not going to affect nobody, okay? By the time I review this, I'll be out of school, and then off to college, and then off to life, and then it will be really sad. But yeah, anywho. Yeah. This movie is considered a great movie from Quentin Tarantino, so I can't wait to review that. So those are the 4 I got. They range from terrible to great. Very interesting group of films. And they will all go into my collection. So, today's real review. Superbad. Yes, this movie. Starring Jonah Hill, Michael Cera. That's the main characters, and also starring Seth Rogen and Bill Hader. Lots of great comedians in this movie. So, this is a high school comedy. This is a live action comedy. I don't do a lot of those because not all of them are very good. But this one is, albeit very, very, very vulgar. So if you're under the age of 15, don't watch this movie. So, here's the description if you want to read it. If you care. It's from the guys who brought you Knocked Up and the 40-Year-Old Virgin. Comes Superbad. Seth and Evan, Jonah Hill and Michael Cera, want nothing more than to hook up with the girls they like before heading off to college. To do that, though, they need to get liquor for the big party that night. with the help of their friend Fogel, aka McLovin, by Christopher Mintz, plus, and his fake ID. The three of them go on a chase for that elusive booze, dodging incompetent cops. Knocked up Seth Rogen and Saturday Night Live's Bill Hader, while attempting to reverse a lifelong losing streak in one hilarious night. This movie mainly takes place about a whole day, I think. A whole day. Yeah. It's basically about, Seth and Evan. They're friends, but they're losers, in high school. And they're about to head off to college. They're not going to the same college. So this is kind of like their goodbye. And, want to not be losers. Both of them have a crush on different girls, and these girls both are going to a party, and of course they say, yeah, we're going, and then they're like, you want to buy us some booze? Want to buy some alcohol? And they're like, yeah, we can do that. But then they realize, oh wait, how are we gonna do this? So they get Fogel to help them out. And in order to do that, he has to get a fake ID. And oh man, when he gets his fake ID, it is one of the greatest things ever. I mean, first of all, he calls himself McLovin. One name, just one name only. McLovin. That is one of the greatest fake names of all time. Yeah. And then on the ID he puts he's 25. And then you look at him and you're just like, there's no way anyone would believe this. I mean, come on. Who's that stupid? Who's that clueless, right? So Fogel, aka McLovin, goes into the liquor store, try to buy the booze. And the thing about booze, first of all, don't drink it. It kills your brain cells, and that's no good. But it's very expensive, what I've noticed. So kids, don't buy alcohol. Don't drink alcohol. It's bad for you. It could ruin your life. Life lesson taught by me. I mean, I've never done, drinking, because I know how bad it is. But anywho, he goes to the cash register, and he has to see this girl, Mindy. She's not buying his story very much about him being a 25-year-old. So he gives her the ID. She looks at it but somehow, some miracle, she's like, okay, that's fine. And as soon as he's about to pay, some dude just knocks him out with a punch and, robs the cash register and then runs out. So the cops, come by, and Rogen and Bill Hader are these cops. They are the worst cops ever. And, they're in the type of level of cops they are, they're not GTA cops where if you get 3 stars, they will run after you and they will try to kill you, and they are ruthless. They're not those type of cops. They're more of the bumbling idiot cops, the Chief Wiggum cops, as I like to say. And so they're there. They see Fogel. I'm just gonna call him McLovin because that's a better name. So after they ask questions, to Mindy, that gets nowhere fast. They go to McLovin, and then he gives them his ID. He gives them his ID, and you're thinking, oh come on, who would believe this? And of course they believe it, and then they go on a adventure on their own. But so Seth and Evan, since they thought Fogel got busted by the police, but in reality, Fogel's hanging out with the police, they decide they start yelling at each other till this dude just backs up his car and hits, Seth. And this is not the first time Seth gets hit by a car. So, in order to not call the cops, he, brings them to, like, this party in order for them to, like, just get the alcohol from there. Shenanigans ensue. It's not looking very good. There's a part in here I'm not going to say because it is highly inappropriate, and I don't want this whole channel to get flagged and pulled down. I'm not going to say what it is, but it's gross. Eventually leave that place. And then, McLovin and, like, the cops, like, they're hanging out, having a good old time. And, they're just being very, very irresponsible. Then they all go into the same place, mostly. Well, Seth and Evan arrived first. Seth, like, he has a crush on Emma Stone. Yeah, she was in this movie. She was in high school in this movie, and somehow she was in high school in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. She was about to graduate in that movie, even though these movies are like 7 years apart. I know, it makes no sense, but yeah, and Evan has a crush on this girl named Becca. And the two, they hang out, they're partying. Becca is drunk, she's hammered, she's wasted, and just going after Evan. While, Seth is wasted, but turns out Emma Stone's character, well, she doesn't get drunk. She only wanted him to get the booze just for the party. She doesn't drink. And then that doesn't end well, especially for her. She got a black eye. And that's because, Seth was so drunk, he fell forward and he accidentally headbutted her. I mean, my goodness. So, you're probably wondering, what's happening with McLovin? Well, now he's at the same party, and some girl goes after him. They dance. They're about to get it on. But then, the police show up, the two cops. They see him. They have a talk. They're saying, like, he wants them to know that cops can be fun, too, And, yeah, the movie ends like that. More stuff happens, and then they eventually somewhat go their separate ways. And I know if you see in the movie, I'm leaving out a huge, huge, huge detail about Seth, what he did as a kid, drawing. It's so vulgar. It's so inappropriate. I'm not going to say what it is, but So, what did I like about Superbad? Well, it's extremely raunchy, I'll tell you that much. It definitely is a raunchy. I mean, there's just so many bombs of, like, curse words, referencing sex and all types of parts of sex. It's very vulgar. So if you're under 15, I suggest you don't watch this movie. But it is very funny. A lot of the dialogue made me laugh, especially like the part with McLovin, like the reaction to his fake license is hilarious. So, yeah. The acting is very good. I mean, Jonah Hill and Michael Cera, you can tell they have some great chemistry with one another. And you believe them, you buy them as friends. And, that's what this movie is really banking on, is that their friendship. And then McLovin, my goodness, he is the standout of this movie. Whew. Yeah, he has some of the best stuff in here. Seth Rogen and Bill Hader as the cops also have some really good stuff in here, too. So, yeah, everyone is good in the movie. And a lot of the jokes really work. Like, they're legit funny. A lot of, scenarios are very funny. So, I don't think there's any real flaws. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, there's so much foulness to it. And I'm like, this is R-rated. Actually, this is an unrated version. So, it's not a big deal, honestly. I mean, for me, I don't mind these type of movies, but if you're someone who's more innocent, well, you're going to hate this movie with all your heart. You're going to burn it, say it wish it never existed. I'm not one of those people, okay? I mean, I have a bunch of vulgar stuff. I mean, I have the South Park movie, I have Sausage Party, I have Team America World Police, I have Borat. I don't think there's anything too bad in terms of content here. This Is the End is another one. I think that's about it in terms of real. I guess Pain and Gain counts. Wolf of Wall Street, that's next level stuff. Yeah, that's basically about it in terms of raunchiness. You know, the raunchiness factor. So I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. What do you know? Where the streak continues. And that streak, well, actually, I'll get to that later. So 8 out of 10. If you're a fan of these type of movies, I highly recommend it. It's really good. Next review. Well, that 8 out of 10 streak is going to be destroyed because the next review is a Michael Bay movie. His third movie, technically. And it was his biggest movie for a while before he did Transformers. And it is an end-of-the-world movie, Armageddon. That will be the next review, so stay tuned for that. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment. I will see you all next time. I am out.